Students, as I've told you that there are differences in rocks and minerals. The rocks are the piece of earth, but minerals, they are chemical constituents, some compounds. Then, how the rocks are being made? They are being made and they differ from their texture, their construction, we can say, their color, their chemical and physical properties, and their color varies from different to different, like granite, marble, feldspar, quartz. They all are rocks, but they have the different properties and they are a different color. Students, the rocks do not show a definite chemical composition. And one more thing, students, is that feldspar and quartz are two most common minerals. Students, one, feldspar and quartz. These are the two most common minerals found on Earth. I can write here common minerals. This is the most, I can say, the important part of the study of rocks, that the feldspar and quartz, they are the most important minerals which is found inside the rock. Students, and what about minerals? Minerals are natural, inorganic, non-living substances that have some chemical makeup and crystal shape. Students, minerals are some non-natural, inorganic natural, inorganic, I can say, or non-living substances that have some same chemical makeup. They have also some different characteristics. Students, the color of a mineral depends upon what is mixed in it, what is mixed with it. Some minerals have metal, or metals have metallic luster, how it reflects light. This causes them to shine. That is called the luster. That quality is called luster because it makes them to shine up to a little bit or higher, whatever it may be. Then luster is the way a rock or mineral reflects light. I have told you a few seconds ago. Gold, silver, copper and hematite are some of the examples. Minerals that don't contain and the metals look very dull. Then what are the differences about a rock and mineral? So what are the differences? Students, if I will differentiate between rocks and minerals, so many points will come forward. Then rocks are made up of one or more minerals. Students, one or more minerals. Then this one. What about the minerals? Mineral is composed of 2 to 3 elements. 2 to 3 elements. Students, then the next one is a rock may be a solid mass like granite, sandstone. So let us take the examples: granite, marble, sandstone, and to name a few. But minerals are solid, non-living substances. Students, look here: solid, non-living substances. Non-living substances, students, and they have provided us different metals and chemicals. That is all about the minerals. Then the last one, we can say rocks do not have a definite chemical composition, but whereas minerals have a definite chemical composition. So then we'll move to the classification of rocks. Students, I will draw a diagram to classify the different types of rocks. First of all, There are three types. The first one is igneous. Once further it is divided into two types. The first one is intrusive and second one is extrusive. Friends, the second part is sedimentary. The third one is friends, let us look at the types of rocks before classification. I will try what different types of rocks. The first one is igneous, then it is further divided into two, intrusive and extrusive, then sedimentary, then metamorphic. Friends, based on the mode of formation, rocks are divided into or classified into three families. Namely that I have written here: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. Friends, the second part is written here. Please don't get confused. That is metamorphic. Then the first one is igneous. The first category is the igneous rocks. So what are igneous rocks, friends? The word igneous or the word igneous is derived from the Latin word ignis. It means fire. It means fire. Igneous rocks are formed from the cooling and solidification of the magma and lava coming out of the interior of the earth. Students, we know that magma comes out from the interior of the earth due to volcanic eruptions. Then after cooling off, then they become the igneous rocks. They are also known as the primary rocks. Students, the most important thing is this is also known as the primary rocks. I have given equal to sign means igneous rocks are also known as the primary rocks, students, because they are the first known rocks formed in earth. And there are two types of igneous rocks. I have drawn in the diagram. The igneous rocks is divided into two types. The first one is intrusive. The second one is extrusive. These are called the types. The first one is intrusive. The second one is extrusive. Friends, there are two types of igneous rocks, as I have told you. The first one is intrusive, second one is extrusive. When the red molten magma comes on the surface of the earth, it cools down rapidly and forms rocks, which are called the extrusive rocks. Friends, the magma when it comes down and when it solidifies, and then when the rocks are formed, that is called the extrusive rocks, and they have a very fine grained structure. Basalt is an example. But what about intrusive? Friends, but when sometimes the molten magma cools down deep inside the earth's surface or earth's crust, the solid rocks thus formed is called the intrusive igneous rocks. And example is granite. Students, as I have told you, there are two types of rocks, intrusive and extrusive, which cools down inside the earth, that is called granite, and outside the earth, that is called the extrusive. So what are the common characteristics or common features of igneous rocks? Most igneous rocks are hard in compact. Very hard, they are very hard because they are primarily formed. And the second one is they do not have remains of animals or plants, that is called the fossil fuels. Students, then they do not have a granular structure or rounded particles. And some examples of that rocks are, I have written here, granite and basalt. Students, the second group of rocks is known as the sedimentary rocks. I hope you are seeing this very carefully. The second group of rocks is the sedimentary rocks. So what are these sedimentary rocks? First of all, students, the rocks are being worn down by wind and rain because these are the agents of erosion. Then agents of erosion, I can see. They are being worn down by wind and rain constantly. tiny grains of dirt, sand, mud and clay are borne off and washed into streams, rivers, lakes and oceans. When these tiny bits of sand and dirt settle at the bottom of the water, they are called sediments. Students, they are called the sediments. So these sediments made up of many layers get compressed. Students, they get compressed and become hard over a period of time. And these rocks have layers of strata and therefore they are also known as the stratified rocks, and thus it is known as the sedimentary rocks. Coal and petroleum are found in these rocks, and some examples are there. There is the sandstone, limestone, sandstone and limestone. Students, as I have told you, they are some sediments. When they are moving from in a river, they come and they accumulate in a place. Right, students? Then the type of rocks which are found, that is called the sedimentary rocks. What about their characteristics? I can say features. What are the features of sedimentary rocks? They are made up of particles of different sizes. They don't have a particular size. They vary from rock to rock. Then second one, that they are deposited in horizontal layered beds of the water bodies. Then students, it is formed underwater beds, as I have told you. It contains fossils. The most important thing, it contains fossils of plants and animals. Students, this is the most important thing, that sedimentary rocks contains fossils of plants and animals. Then students, they cover about 75%. One more thing, 75% of Earth's surface. Then 75% of Earth's surface. Then it contains most of the part of the earth, we can say, and it is softer than igneous rocks. Students, as I have told you that igneous rocks are very harder, but the sedimentary rocks are very softer if we compare them to igneous rocks. Then students, we will move further. The last part of the rock, that is the metamorphic. Friends, the last one is the metamorphic rocks. That is the third type of rock. How they are formed? When igneous, sedimentary, or even the metamorphic rocks get buried deep beneath the surface of the earth for over millions of years. Students, just remember how different types of rocks are formed. Igneous has a different quality. The sedimentary rocks are formed in another way, and the metamorphic in another way. So, by coming to the point, I will say that when they are get buried beneath the surface of the earth for over millions of years, the heat and pressure inside the earth changes them into something different. The heat, I have told you that when you go deeper inside the earth, it will be much hotter, much warmer. Then this process of change is called the metamorphism. The process of change is called the metamorphism. Students, I will tell you that these are the I can say sedimentary rocks. These are igneous rocks, and which changes due to some heat and pressure. And that is called the metamorphic rocks. And the process of change is called the metamorphism. When that rocks change due to heat and pressure inside the earth, that is called the phenomenon is called the metamorphism, and the rocks are known as the metamorphic rocks. Friends, then come to some examples. What are the examples? They can be limestone changes to marble. This is one of the examples. Students, the next example. What is the next example? When the sandstone changes to quartzite. Students, listen, that limestone is not a metamorphic rock. It is a sedimentary rock. When it changes to marble, then it becomes a metamorphic marble. Then second one. Then what is sandstone? Sandstone is also sedimentary. When it changes to quartzite, then it becomes a metamorphic rock. Students, then okay, then students, after studying the different types of metamorphic rocks, the formation, let us come to the last part, that is the characteristics. Then it means what are the features of metamorphic rocks. As we have studied about the characteristics of igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and now it will come to metamorphic rocks. Students, what about the fossils? That I have told you that the fossils of different plants and animals, they are found in sedimentary rocks, but when it comes to metamorphic, that the characteristics changes. So first of all, students, they have been crystallized in a solid state under high temperature and pressure. Then due to high pressure, they generally become harder. They become generally harder. Because due to high heat and pressure, when these rocks are formed, these are become generally harder. Then students, the last point I can say, sometimes minerals remain the same, but the rocks develops larger grain. So that is all about the metamorphic rocks. Their characteristics, students. This is the most important feature I can say. Then what about the examples? Quartz. Then students, marble and slate. These are some examples of metamorphic rock. Students, the last topic is the rock cycle. What about the rock cycle? This is the most important topic in the chapter is when a rock changes from one form to another. Students, I will write here. Friends, just look at the board. I have written the definition. When a rock changes from one form to another under certain conditions, it is called the rock cycle. And whether the heat, the pressure, everything which goes inside the earth, inside the earth, outside the earth, all the things are responsible for the changes. And weather is the most important thing because it is like the agents of erosion, wind, rain, dust particles, sand particles, everything. So this is the I can say the change of one rock to another. It may be igneous to sedimentary to metamorphic. So that is called the rock cycle. Students, this was the last part in the chapter rocks and minerals. Interior of the earth, rocks and minerals is the subtopic here. I hope you would have understood the topic. Students, I will repeat it further that while watching this video, please go through the textbook. Then only you can understand that what I am trying to teach. Please go through the video, and if you have any doubt, then you can ask me and try to study well in your home. Give your time more and more to your studies, students. And my last message is stay home, stay safe, students. By this, I will bid goodbye to you. Thank you very much, students. Bye.